All right. Facebook Live. Facebook Live. Facebook Live. Good morning to each and every last one of you. Pastor Dow here this morning. And I'll give y'all a few seconds to get in here real quick because I got something I need to answer because it's been asked of me more than once here in the past few weeks, especially since a lot of people have seen me go on what they call a quote-unquote rampage. And it seems like it's a rampage against women. And it's not. It's just that I'm a man of truth. And I believe what the word says. And not only do I believe it enough, so much so to the point that you can see me live what I believe. I literally put practical knowledge and practical application to the test. I preach the gospel, I preach the message, so therefore I live the message. And I live it every single day. And so there's an order of things. And so I'm going to address here this morning. How's everybody doing? Shalom, shalom. I'm going to address here this morning my alleged visceral attitude towards women. Now, first of all, number one, I do not have a visceral attitude towards women. And the only time you ever see me display any type of what you will call an attitude of being upset is whenever a woman dishonors me or she gets out of her role or out of her place. And so it's my job to rebuke and to correct with all long suffering. And as a matter of fact, I probably end up loving a woman more than anybody has ever loved because I rebuke them openly. It's nothing personal. It's just a fact. So I don't have anything against a godly woman whatsoever at all because a godly woman knows how to behave. So when you see me having to go in like I did yesterday and in previous videos on this Facebook Live right here on women, it's because these women, if you want to call them that, I call them monsters. They are so far gone and so far out of their roles. And again, I have a radio broadcast every week on Blog Talk Radio, Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I take live phone calls and questions, both male and female call in. And I don't have an attitude towards them. The only time you ever see Pastor Dow rise up and start what some of you call cursing, and you don't even know what cursing is. There's a difference between cursing, curse words, and profanity. There's a big difference, and most of you don't know it because you've been socially molded after this European construct. But the only time you ever see me going in on a woman is when she gets out of her place and she dishonors and disrespects. Now, mind you, I never, ever, ever, ever approach any woman dishonoring her or disrespecting her. I won't go up to a woman and just start blasting her for no reason. And we live in a world and a society where women today, they literally act like an unregenerated man. And so apparently they speak to their husbands like that at home. Apparently they speak to their pastors. And apparently they believe that they can actually stand in the place of a man and speak as a man and like a man. And I think that when men entertain women to that particular level, is that he dishonors not only the one who created him, but he also allows himself to be disrespected and dishonored. And when you do that, you start losing strength. Now, my shires will tell you that I treat them all with the utmost respect. I do. All the women in the ministry, they'll tell you I treat them with the utmost respect. But when I get out here on this social platform and have to deal with so many unruly women And then when you see me just literally chop off their heads with the word, because you're not used to people reproving and rebuking and correcting, your mind has been shaped that I'm the one that is at fault when they are the ones who dishonored me. I mean, how would you feel if somebody called up to your home and cussed out your sisters? Literally cussed out your sisters. Are we supposed to give them a platform and roll out the red carpet for them and give them olive leaves and olive branches when they approached us in the negative way? Would you do that if somebody call up the phone and cussed your wife out? Would you? How are you supposed to handle that? What are you supposed to do about that? See what I mean? And I think that this bizarre behavior that we have today is deeply and collectively embedded in the subconscious mind of men. I really, truly do. I think that we are turned literally so upside down and gone so far out of the way that it's even hard to discern and recognize the way of truth and the way things are supposed to be. You know, there's an order in Yah. There's an order there in Yah. And that order, it still stands regardless of whether people acknowledges it or not. It makes no difference. It's still there. Now, if I educate you to hear this morning and I give you some words from the Bible, because today we're dealing with women that they don't care nothing about what their Bible says. They care about their Bible, which is their constitution, their emotions, and what they feel and believe. They even exalt their opinion above the word of Yah. They don't care nothing about what Yah says, but they will religiously get on here and they would religiously start telling you, oh, I love the Lord. Oh, thank you, Jesus, and all, and be out of order, totally out of order. And if you don't recognize and know what the word says, I will always look like the evil villain when I'm actually responding righteous towards them, because at least I love them enough to rebuke them. Because the book says open rebuke is better than secret love. They probably have never had anybody else in the world to love them to that level. So when you dishonor and you disrespect me, don't expect me to turn around and honor you. It is not going to happen in any way, shape, fashion, or form. And all of our Israelite sisters scattered around this globe, and from one end of America to the other, they will all tell you that I do not dishonor or disrespect them. As a matter of fact, they've learned how to be honored from me. And the brethren are learning how to be men from the example that is set forth for what they've learned from me. And that's why I often say, whatever you see me do, do it. But again, we live in a world of feminist society and agenda to where women have so much low self-esteem for themselves. And I'll say it again, that they can believe that they can put themselves in the place of a man, speak in the position of a man, and stand toe-to-toe with a man. And it's just nonsensical. It just simply does not make sense. Now, my question is, where's the fear of Yah? Let me read you a passage of scripture over here, okay? Let me read you a passage of what the Bible says, and let's just see. And you tell me how many women you know today in function and reality. You tell me how many that can really, really, truly obey this, live after this, and actually do it. You tell me. Because there's only a few that I know. Only a few. And so let's put this to the test. All right? 1 Timothy 2:7 says, whereunto I am ordained a preacher and an apostle. I speak the truth in Christ and I lie not. So Paul is talking to Timothy, giving him instruction, and he says he's an ordained preacher and an apostle. And he's going to tell the truth and he's not going to lie. Let's look at the context of this, okay? He said he's a teacher of the Gentiles in faith and in verity. He says, I would therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath or doubting. Now that context is prayer. Then he goes and he says this. Listen to the instruction right here. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. How many people you know like that today? How many women do you know like that today? And what is modesty? Who defines modesty? I mean, after all, who determines what modesty is today in this immodest world? I mean, today, lewdness, debauchery, whoredoms, it's all exalted to the zenith. So, modest apparel. And then look what he says. Here's the next one. Look, this is what that he says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. Look how they should do this. With shamefacedness. You think any woman that could get on here who's supposed to have a downcast countenance and a bashful type spirit, that's what shamefaced is, a very low and meek. Show me any of these women today that come on here and take Pastor Dow on the chin and argue and fuss and hate it and type in all these crazy comments down there. You see what I'm saying? They're so far out of order, they can't even do the will of y'all while at the same time claiming to be a woman of y'all. And I'm testing that boast. I'm putting it to the test. These are instructions right here. I don't know too many shame-faced women. They'll get in your damn face and say whatever come to their mind. And remember, a fool uttereth all his mind. Now, being the weaker vessel, you would think that they will learn how to be quiet and shut up and not speak everything that comes to their mind, knowing that they're so easily influenced by Satan. See, I'm a man. I can hold my tongue from hurting people's feelings. I literally can. If women are being tempted by Satan, guess what? I get tempted too. There's a lot of things that come to my mind to say. But no, they want to clap back, being a damn instrument of Satan to try to do whatever they can to destroy a man. And then at times you got to understand when you're talking to a spirit and when you're talking to the woman. Now you think about that. How many women do you know today that fits this bill so far? Modest apparel and shamefacedness and sobriety. That means she has to have a soundness of mind and full of self-control. Not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, all this stuff that they try to do to allure a man. But that which becometh women professing godliness. Now you tell me these Jezebels who think that they can sit in the place of a man and speak against a man and talk with a man and counsel with a man and give an instruction to a man. You show me, and they will argue and fuss and fight with a man. You tell me, to my discernment right here, they don't fit the order of this and they don't care what the Bible says. So since they don't care what the Bible says, why should I entertain them? Is that making sense? Why? Why should I? And then it goes on to say this. Women which professeth godliness with good works. Watch this. Paul's still remember, the ordained preacher and the apostle, and he's speaking the truth in Christ, and he's not lying. Look what else he says. Let the women learn in silence with all subjection. No, these women are going to rule today. They're going to defy that right there. If you don't believe it, just sit back and watch them. They don't give a damn about what this book says. Not two damn dead flies. They could care less about what this book says. And you think that the Most High Yah is going to entertain them and let these loud-mouthed, visceral Jezebels go off into the kingdom? Yah's angry with the wicked every day. So when you see me rise up, the Bible says when the spirit of the ruler rise up, you stay in your place. See, we're dealing with women today that will not be ruled over. We're dealing with women today that will not become godly women, and nor will they ever submit themselves unto the authority of a man, because again, they are bitten of the fruit of lies of society. Now you tell me, what have I said wrong? Even right now, listen to this, they're fuming right now to let you know that there's a demonic entity, there's a spirit that is ruling and controlling them. Huh? Then look at this. Verse 12 says, but I suffer not a woman to teach. And look how many of them, women pastors. Where's that at in the book? Women apostles. Where's that at in the book? Women preachers. Where's that at in the book? Where is that? Women teachers. The teaching ministries of Joyce Myers. What? Shut up. I just said, see what I mean? But I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man, but being silent. Now you show me one of these Jezebel women that's going to shut up. Huh? You got so many women out here that think that they can expound on the word and teach the word, and especially teach the word while men are sitting right there in the audience and usurp authority over them. Because if they're sitting down and she's standing up, now that she's the authority, she's doing the teaching. That is ass backwards. That is a demon. That is a woman that has a demonic spirit that is up teaching. And see, who gonna call it? Who gonna say it like it is? See, there's no woman on this earth that can fancy herself to ever be my leader, my teacher, or my guide. No way, shape, fashion, or form. By divine fiat, the man created in the image of Yah is over the woman. What's wrong with that? What did I say wrong? Bless you. From Liberia. Good to hear from you. Glad that you're listening. I mean, what did I say wrong? I mean, our women today, let's just go with the black woman. They hate themselves. They hate themselves so much that they try to do everything they can to look like the white woman. They do their hair so it looks like horsehair. Everything that is beautiful in them, they destroy. They destroy. They put relaxers in their head. They paint their eyes and faces like the Gentiles do, which we are clearly warned against that in Scripture. Now today, they have no humility about them at all, whatsoever at all. They'll talk back, speak back, clap back, dishonor and disrespect. I mean, and today, we got positions in here, and we got people today, especially women, that they actually believe that they have some type of a veto power and equality, and they're going to turn around and bitten a lie that the family is a democracy, to where she has a say and he has a say. The husband has a say. That ain't so. It's the man's rule. Whatever he says, it goes, period. Well, what if he's wrong? Then pray for him. Get right then. It didn't say you couldn't entreat him, but you people want to rule. You know, in the ministry, we have women gloat about calling their husbands master, my master. But as soon as he gives his wife instruction on what to do, automatically she goes around to figure out how to defy it, how to dishonor it. If your husband tell you to shut up, shut up. If your husband tell you don't say nothing, don't say nothing. If your husband tell you to be quiet, be quiet. But see, they don't do that. If your husband tell you, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, all of a sudden they got this amnesia where they forget everything, like they just got clocked upside the head by a baseball bat. Oh, I forgot, in a subtle form of rebellion. And you know the reason why they forget so damn much? They forget so much because you're not the priority. She is. And the reason why they forget so much is because, guess what? Her desire is not unto you. Her desire is unto her. Even though the book says that your desire, woman, should be to your husband. He shall rule over you. And so they defy every single thing that the word says. And they dishonor and disrespect him. And then they say, I forgot. I didn't mean it or nothing. I mean, just kind of all kind of stupid stuff in games, silly games they play. It's sad. It's sad. Where's the woman of a meek and quiet spirit, which in the sight of Yah is of great price? No, they loud mouth. And again, I'm going to deal with this. They love calling them masters, but boy, they won't do a thing. They won't do a thing that he says. Not one thing. They're going to figure out how to trump, how to wiggle out of every single thing he says rather than being a supportive unit, because you are in a subservient role, woman. And the Bible says if a man does not know how to rule his own house, how can he take care of the house of God? How can he rule the house of Yah? How? And men today have gotten so to the point that they're even afraid to command their wives, thereby showing yourself that you are spiritually castrated. The book teaches over in the Apocrypha, in Ecclesiasticus 25, that if she doesn't go, if you will have her to go, put her away. Give her a bill of divorce. And then my advice, preaching what the Bible says, go find somebody else better that will obey you, that will submit to you, that will honor you. But see, this is too manly. And that's what this is what the world's trying to do. The world's trying to make sure that they castrate and kill off every form of manhood that there is in the universe. They're after the man. So you ask me, when I deal with a lot of these people and y'all see me on here on fire and stuff, I'm dealing with women that don't care nothing about what the Bible says. They don't care. And if they don't care about what Yah says, they don't care. They don't care nothing. Nothing whatsoever at all. Elder Rufus just says with that woman that's stalking them, they got a court date in May now because she done put a restraining order on them. And we're going to use the extent of the law as well. She tried to make our life miserable through her daughter. We're going to show her what misery is using the same system that she trusts in. Amazing, isn't it? Now, Ephesians 5:20. Oh, I ain't even finished reading. It says, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression. You think any woman going to agree with that today? Watch her attitude. Watch how she lives. Watch and see. Now, notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity, holiness with sobriety. With sobriety. Now, Ephesians 5:22 says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands. That doesn't mean that every man out there is your head. Your husband is your head. And then it teaches you how to do it, woman, wife, as unto the Lord. Now, you mean to tell me that the way that you talk with your husband, the way you treat your husband, your attitude towards your husband, your fear and reverence towards your husband, you mean to tell me that's the way that you do the Lord? That's the way you do Messiah? Because he compared it and made it comparable to that. You submit yourself to your own husband the same exact way you would do the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife. And see, in these women today, yeah, he may be the head, but I'm the neck that turns the head. And that deceitful Jezebel that will lead her family to hell if the man don't rise up and get in his place will literally lead him to hell. You may got to learn how to discern and see if you really, truly have a wife that really, truly will honor you through her obedience. Because she's going to find a way to rule. She's going to find a way to put her opinion in. She's going to find a way to usurp authority. She's going to find a way that she can make sure that she ain't never silent. She's going to rise up. And when you got a woman like that, automatically you should know that if she can't get past that damn nature, you're dealing with a demonic spirit. And if she's going to submit to Satan more than she submit to you, get rid of her. Get another one. There are plenty of them out there. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore is the church, talking about the whole body of Christ, is subject unto Christ. So let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Oh no, I got a rebuttal for every damn thing you say. I got to come back for everything you say. Whoa. Do you rebut with the Lord? Do you got to come back with the Messiah? See, we're all going to be judged on our roles, whether we all like it or not. And you're not going to get up there when the Most High is judging you and handing out judgments and stuff, you're not going to get up there and rebut with him and trade words with him. Because he's going to flat out point you back to the book and says, why you couldn't do exactly what I gave you instructions. Why are you on the earth to do it? And you couldn't do it. Why? Well, because he. Oh, you pointing the fingers, right? Well, because he. And if he would have did this, and he would have did that, and he would have did this, and he would have did that. We're going to get to that too. Got an answer for that too. Husband, love your wives, even as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. So how does a man show that he loves his woman? The only way you can define this is by what the word says, what the law says. You provide for her. You cover her, food, clothing, conjugal rights. You have an intimate relationship with her. You flat out make sure that all her provisions and needs are met. You cover her. You lead her. That's how you show you love her. Not this damn Roman romance, oh, I love you, and start singing some damn fairy tale songs. Love is an action. That the emotions and feeling will come after the action is fulfilled. 1 Corinthians 14:33. No, let's don't go there. Let's go to the rebut. Well, if he did this and he did that and he did this, then I would have done this and I would have done that and I would have done this. So you're fallible and flawed, right, woman? You never sinned. You never disobeyed your husband. You never undermined your husband. You never lied to your husband. In any way, shape, fashion, form. Now, don't sit up there and you tell me about there's big lies and little lies. No, a lie is a lie. Don't give me that crap. Rather, you always worrying about him. What about you? Because you're going to be judged. You know, the disciples tried that with Jesus. They tried it with the Messiah. They said, Lord, as if they were already secure. Are there few to be saved? You know what he told them? He said, you strive to enter in at the straight gate, for many going to seek to enter but not be able. They're not going to be permitted. So here you are asking a question as if you got somebody else's general welfare and being in order at the top of the priority. And he turns it right back around on them and said, you better be strong. You asking questions about everybody else, but you better get yourself right. Pretty much. So here's your answer. Every time you like putting forth the finger and want to capitalize on all his mistakes. 1 Peter 3:1 says, likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, not your word, the word, not your word, woman, the word, that they may without the word. You hear that? If you just forget about the word in the Bible right here, Paul is giving you wisdom. No, Peter is giving you wisdom in how to be able to handle this husband if he's out of the way. That they may without the word be warned by the conversation of the wives. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, not your loud mouth, not your screaming and hollering, not you putting out ultimatums and threats. Because the same way you do to your husband is the same way you do to the Messiah. No way, shape, fashion, and form. Again, you worried about his judgment. You better be worried about you. That's what you better be doing. You better be worried about you and your role. And you better start taking it serious. That when your husband tells you something, he means business. Even if it doesn't seem like he means business, there's still a commandment. It's still his word. And you're supposed to be able to treat him the way you treat the Lord. That's what the book says. Which one of you out there got a conversation that is so fearful that in your reproach of reverence and honor, you can try to gain the husband through that conversation without trying to quote the Bible to him, without telling him where he's supposed to be and what he's supposed to do, without being religious and vain? Which one? Where's the wise woman? See, I keep telling all of you think you fancy. You love going to Proverbs 31 and you ain't shit. You ain't. Especially if you turn around and you behave contrary to the role that is clearly defined for you in this book. whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting of the hair, or wearing of gold, or putting on apparel. Today we might as well say, let it not be the outward adorning of breast augmentation, weaves, Botox, infusion of makeup, everything to try to allure through the lust of the flesh because you don't have any character about yourself. So you got to put on a false veneer because there's nothing in you, woman, that is of a great price that any man would desire. So you have to appeal to the lust of the flesh because you ain't got shit on the inside. Now you tell me, come on, women, tell me what I've said wrong thus far. Tell me and show me where my instructions is wrong. Well, I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you hear. I'm the preacher here. I'm the one that's ordained by Yah. I'm not the one that's pussyfooting around and playing around with your sorry feelings and emotions. I'm not the one. I'm the one that showed you more love than what you ever had in the universe. I'm giving you an opportunity to obey and get into your role because apparently when you read the book, you miss and you go past all of this. So it don't tell you correct the man, reprove the man, rebuke the man, instruct the man, get in his damn face, raise up your voice. It don't tell you none of that. What it does, it puts it right back on you. You get your conversation, your chase conversation. You get yourself right, coupled with fear. That's what you do. That's how you do it. So they can see the conversation of your holiness, your lifestyle. I keep telling y'all, you overstep big time. And if you ain't hearing what I got to say, you're going to hear what y'all got to say, what has to say when he tells you to go to hell, you rebellious ass, wicked ass woman. See, to a righteous woman, a woman of a meek and quiet spirit, this is music to her ears because her desire is to be righteous. A righteous woman's desire is to please her husband in everything because she knows that that's how she's going to be judged. That is the ultimate of her grade here on this earth. Is the way that she actually treats her head. You know, the ones y'all keep calling masters, but you going to tell him what to do and how to do it? I told you, man, if you got to get an approval from your wife on any damn thing, you ain't no man at all. You ain't. You don't need her approval on shit. Not a damn thing. You are in the position of creator. When you put your seed in her and you end up making a child, you are a creator. Do you understand that? You need to learn your role just as much as she need to learn her role. And since our European counterparts is giving us this damn crap out here, what they call religion, it's really a form of godliness and it always denies the power. And the instruction teach us from turning away. Some such turn away. So you tell me, women, what makes you think that you can question your husband? What makes you think you can stand in a position amongst the men? Any man. What makes you think you can sit in the council of the elders and give your damn opinion? What tempts you? And what spirit is it that tempts you to get on Facebook and then type in all types of disparaging comments with a man? Where's your husband at? Because your husband allow you to get on Facebook and to trade words with a man, then he ain't shit either. If he says you can get on there, there's something wrong with him too. That's why we got to learn how to separate ourselves from the ungodly, because if not, we're going to be ungodly. So thus far, woman, it doesn't teach you to question. It doesn't teach you put your finger. It doesn't teach you to judge him. Again, likewise, you wives being subjected to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, that they also may without the word be warned by the conversation of the wise, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning, of plaiting of hair, or wearing of gold, or putting on apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yah of great price. And you tell me what woman, is that a woman of meek and quiet spirit? She's Seventh-day Adventist, this other woman we was dealing with the other day. You mean tell me that that is the type of woman that's going to be accepted in the kingdom, that will call up here and drop a bunch of F-bombs on our sisters, accuse us of killing her daughter, the one that she kicks out of the house and don't want nothing to do with. And you saw the interview that I did yesterday. You saw the Facebook Live I did yesterday with Sister Tammy, sitting right here. And she's a young virgin, daughter of Zion, and 19 years old, that has more holiness than all of you been out here, been churching all your life. Has more meekness. Meaning you pale in comparison when it comes to her. She is ordained. She is adorned with a meek and quiet spirit. That is her constitution. That's the way she is all the time. For after this manner of old, in the old time, the holy women, the set apart women, who trusted in Yah, adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husband. See, there's your ornament right there, woman. Is being in total 100% compliance and obedience to your own husband. So who's going to exercise all these damn demons out of you? Because still it's putting the finger right back on you. You don't judge the Lord, you don't judge your husband. You don't talk back to the Lord, you don't talk back to your husband. You don't question the Lord, you don't question your husband. Well, what if he's wrong? Y'all get him right. He got an authority over him too. But see, they ain't good enough for you. Because you want to have the say-so. You want to rule. Just like Jezebel. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham. How did she obey Abraham? Calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well and are not afraid with any amazement. See, many of you are afraid to obey him. Because you don't have any reverence and fear of Yah. Number one, you defy his order. And then number two, you show that you don't love Yah by the way that you treat your husband. Such contempt. Such derision. Such vanity. Total discord and domination. Unreal. You're afraid to obey him because go on and tell the truth. Woman, I'm going to say something you don't like. You ain't getting to the Messiah until you go through your husband. Because he's the testing and proving ground of your relationship that you show that you love the Lord. Somebody need to tell you this. And now let's see how bad you want to be saved. Or let's see if you want to go ahead and run through hell with gasoline draws on now. Because your husband is the savior of his household, of the body. Oh, I'm saved and I'm sanctified. Like hell you are, and you living in disobedience. And likewise, you husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. And that's what many of you fall short at. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Yeah, giving honor. You know her condition. You know her position and stuff. So you should know the way that you should be acting and behaving. You should know the way you should rule your house. Because you know the first temptation, boy, she's going to go off and side with Satan. You know it. So be wise in your leadership. First Corinthians 14:33. For Yah is not the author of confusion. You hear that? He don't cause all this confusion. No, he don't either. But of peace as in all the churches of the saints. Watch this. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it's not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience. You think Joyce Meyer is going to obey this? You think Paula White or Juanita Bynum is going to obey this? These women, boy, they determined they are going to be in a position of rulership. Have you ever realized and known that the 12 patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel, not one of them is a woman? Have you ever realized that not one apostle was a woman? Not one prophet was a woman. You ever notice that? And the one that was a woman, did you know that she submitted to the authority of the man? Did you know that? When the war was going on, she was sitting under a tree. See, today, in this secular world, they got a woman think she just as good as any man. Good, I'm glad you are. To get your ass out there on the front line. Here's your M16. Get your ass out there on the front line in the damn trenches where war is hell. And let's see how your ass do now. That's equality. That's real equality. Then all of a sudden they start having second guesses, second thoughts. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Now, you see the reason why your prayers are hindered, because your wife, you allow her behind the scenes. You permit the wicked woman Jezebel, to make sure that your household is never blessed. Because you permit her. You permit her. Your out man is the book. If she don't go as you go, as she would have her to, if you would have her to go, your out is put her ass away. Yeah, that's right, son. Get your ass out there and lay bricks and take bullets. That's my son right there. See, he said that. You just as good as any man? Well, guess what, woman? I'm going to be up here laying blocks up here for a while. I got about 3,000 blocks I got to put down. Bring your ass out there since you got so much equality and say so. Then let's see how your ass fare well for the next couple of days. See, I know that a woman ain't supposed to be in that position. Just like, I promise you, no woman don't want me in the kitchen cooking. Unless you want gallstones and unless you want blood coming out your ass, you don't want me cooking. That's just the truth. And by the way, Chuck, I've been sitting there looking at that stuff you sent me on the flat earth. There's some concrete evidence there. That's just flat out concrete. Concrete. But 1 Corinthians 14:34, let your women keep silence in the churches, for it's not permitted on them to speak. And let me deal with this one too. You know, women have this uncanny ability to be able to control Ahab men. And you know how they do it? They don't say nothing. They put on a silent disposition. Yeah, they do. They get their face disfigured. Yes, they do. And they choose to manipulate and coerce people and the environment by showing how they disagree with stuff through their downcast spirit and nature. And then some of you simp-ass men, you fall for it. And then they try to get a hold of you weaker-ass men through these women. They'll go and murmur and complain to your women, your wives. And then your wives who got control of their husband will go spit in the ear of their husbands during pillow talk time. And next thing you know, you done develop a judgment and an attitude towards the man, and you supposed to be a man your damn self. And you being controlled by the wicked nature of the woman. Oh, she ain't said nothing, but she was able to influence the whole environment. You feel her pain. You feel her pain. By the way, look at her. Her face is all down. Oh, hell. You mean to tell me that ain't Jezebel manipulation and control? Every time your husband give you a command or something to do, you got to disfigure your face in disapproval. You got to cause others to question and go, well, why is she looking like that? First of all, number one, what the hell you doing questioning with her any damn way, man? If you see a man's woman do that, your woman would do it as well. What the hell is all this damn questioning coming from? That will bring up doubts and unbeliefs in people's hearts. Just because you gave a command? See, that's witchcraft. That's witchcraft. That is some serious witchcraft that will cause you to burn. How many people gonna talk like this? Not many. But they are commanded to be under obedience as also said the law. If I tell my child, go out there and hug that damn tree, she better go hug the shit out of that tree. That's what she better do. Why? Don't 1 Thessalonians 5:21 tell you to test everything, prove all things, and hold fast to that which is good? If you got a friend, test them. Try them to see if they are a friend. What did I say wrong? What did I say wrong? And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. Yeah, that's a shame, a little shame. These rebellious women. And I'm telling any man that you see sitting under a so-called woman pastor, preacher, or teacher, he ain't shit. He's a weak ass. He probably got some pink underwear on, some pink thongs on. He a damn thing. He ain't no man. And you know what else trips me out? How you got these so-called men. They can't stand up to their wives, but they think they can stand up to a man. Let me tell you something. You're going to really get yourself in trouble because you can't stand up to your wife. I'll be damned if you're going to be able to stand up to a man. It ain't happening. You see, we're so dysfunctional and we're so out of order today. And men, you're permitting wicked ass woman Jezebel. I'm going to say it again. If you got a choice and a decision to make in your home and you got to consult with your wife before you do anything, you ain't even a damn man of Yah. You ain't even a man. You ain't shit. And until you learn how to reach down and grab your chutzpah and learn how to lead by example, because leading is best done from the front and not the damn behind or in the middle. Leading is best done from the front. Oh, hell. Lamar Jackson said, my father's wife is an alleged pastor. Like hell she is. I don't care if they put the title up there. She ain't no damn pastor. I don't care what they say. She ain't no damn pastor. I don't care what I'm telling you. A man, you got to be a fool to sit up there and allow a woman to trade words and back words with you. Best thing for you to do is remove yourself from her presence so that she don't keep filling up her cup to go to hell. And then that way you remove yourself from the place so that you don't be in a position to knock the damn taste out of her mouth. You see, I have showed you and I have proved to you that women act like men today and they don't give a damn about what the word of Yah says. They go to church, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. So don't sit up there and tell me and then let these damn Jezebels judge me for correcting their funky asses. And tell me I'm wrong because you don't like the way I correct. Correction is grievous unto them that forsaketh the way. So if I correct you and you're grieved by it, that's because your ass is out of the way. You have to understand, Israel were warriors. They were men. They didn't get up in these damn debates talking about, oh, I heard him say damn. What the hell? I heard him say hell. I heard him say shit. Oh, hell. He can't be a man of Yah based on who damn judgment. You don't see another man of Yah out here in America that you haven't seen him yet that leads by example like I do. And I show you by example. I'm an overseer of 10 Hebrew Israelite communities. And so many homesteads, I can't even number them. And then not only people all across this world. And they're flourishing because they're listening to the shepherd. Now, the problem with women today is that when they've been out there and having all these damn experiences and had all this damn DNA deposited into their ass, they start to act out the damn nature of damn Tony and Fred and Billy and Tom, Dick, Harry, Mutt, and Jeff. And so sometimes you talking to them and not even knowing it. They just manifest, come up. And science says that once a man's DNA gets into a woman, it changes her for the rest of her life. And the only thing that's going to purge any damn thing from all of us is just true flat out deliverance. Love, you notice that every time I turn around that we getting hits, power surges, that's like 6 or 7 of them already. I'm surprised I'm still connected. Am I still connected? Tell you what, let me slow my roll here for a minute and ask if I'm still, y'all still hear me? Put a 10 in there, please. Put a 10 in there. If I'm still connected. Do you? Okay, good. I got to get out of here. I got to go pick up some 10 in another state. Some 10 in another state. But, brothers and sisters, don't think in any way, shape, fashion, or form that I hate women. I don't. I probably love them more than anybody's ever loved in their whole entire life. I love them enough to tell them the truth. That's one thing I've done. I have loved them enough to tell them the truth. And I can tell you this too, women ain't trying to run away from my household and leave me. They're trying to stay with me. Fallible and flawed as I am, they're always trying to stay with me. Because I'm the best thing going today. I'm a man. And your husband, he's the best thing going today for you. And if you think the grass is green on the other side, many people thought that. And women, you are charged to not ever leave your husband. Charged. Would you leave the Messiah? Well, he ain't the Messiah. He wouldn't do it. The Messiah said, you better correct that attitude and slow your damn roll. Because out of your own mouth, you're going to be condemned by your own words. Not knowing the times, the signs, and the seasons. You're a mess. You're a mess because you've allowed America and you've allowed this wicked-ass, false, phony, satanic religion of Christianity to influence your mind. And you have allowed your environment, your damn ghetto-ass environment, and your damn wicked-ass hood environment to damn influence you. You're supposed to be changed and transformed. And none of us are exempt from that war. None of us. Man, I'm going to say it to you again. This is the third time I said it in this video. If you got to consult your wives for anything that you do, you ain't no damn man. I didn't say you couldn't consult them. I'm just saying if you got choice and decisions you need to make and you need to get with them, you ain't no damn man. It's time to let the damn timbers fall. That's what it is. Because this nation is not going to be built on no damn jellyback, weak-back, spineless cockroaches of men. They got yellow streaks running up and down their back. It ain't going to happen. I say it again, leadership is best done from the front. And you are charged by divine fiat to lead your household. And as the old words said, and I'm going to echo them, what Elder Rufus says, your mouth is going to cost you the kingdom. I think I done covered all I needed to cover today. But like I said, you think today's woman really care about anything about what y'all says? No, she don't. She is a god to herself. Self-centered, self-focused, and self-absorbed. The epitome of selfishness. If she can't obey y'all and do what that word said and can't love her husband, she ain't going to the kingdom. I'm telling you, woman, you get to the kingdom through your husband. Whether you like it or not, you get to the kingdom through your husband. And if you don't have a husband, you better find somebody to get under. Because you're just not going to jump the chain of command. Oh, yeah, you can pray to the Father, but you're still under order. You're supposed to obey them that have the rule over you. And submit yourself, for they watch for your soul as they that must give an account. Now, you got to be intelligent about who you are put yourself under subjection to. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. But I think more than anything, man, you've got to be just like Christ. You got to be willing to suffer loss. You really, truly do. And it's going to come with great pain, too. You're going to feel it. But hell, after that comes a lot of peace. I got a brother up here in Kentucky who started keeping the commandments and following the way. All right? And you know what? His wife, he thought he was the head of his house until he started doing what this word said. Man, that woman went and divorced him. Took his 3 children from him, divorced him. A few months later, now she wants to reconsider. Yeah, she really wants to reconsider because she found out that she had a good man that supported her, and she tore up the whole house. And now she's asking him, can she come back? And he's saying, I don't even know if I want you back. Because if you coming back, I said, nah, there's some things got to be changed. And and you know what? We're going to make a contract. It ain't going to be by the government either. We're going to make a contract and agreement, and we're going to write it down. And we're going to go before the elders and sign it. Yeah, that's right. You have the constitutional right to contract, and it is binding over all courts of the law in this land. And now she's calling him up asking, can I come over to your house tonight? He said, nah, I'm doing fine. Can you see he's in a position of power now where he's supposed to be at? Not to be manipulated. Not to be coerced and dominated. As a matter of fact, I think what I'll do is I'll actually, when we get out of this so-called lockdown quarantine stuff, I think what I'll do is I may go on Patreon and do an interview with him. Because the interview, it ain't even worthy to be put on this platform. And if y'all want to hear more, you need to go over and sign up on my Patreon account. It's always in the description of every video that I have on YouTube. And we talk about everything. I even post other people's videos up there who have information that's pertinent for our advancement. I just want the truth to get out to the people. And I'm fully aware. And I know that there are only going to be few that's going to be saved. There's only going to be a remnant. And I can't wait to see the Jezebels that got stirred up on this one. Let them try to defy this word, and let them, every time they type something against what I just got finished saying, all they doing is heaping up more coals on their head and more judgments. That's all they doing. So let the heathen rage and let them imagine vain things. You see, this ministry is a ministry of set apartness. The Torah teaches us to be set apart, away from the heathens of this world. Yes, it does. And guess what? We live that way. We take care of our people. Period, point blank. We take care of ourselves. On all the communities, there's not one woman. I got 10 communities I oversee, and not one sister works out there under the rulership and under the headship of no Gentile, no heathen, no Christian whatsoever at all. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Marsha is waiting to cook me some breakfast right here, and damn, it's almost lunchtime now. It'll be breakfast time for me. Oprah said something to stimulate thought. But those who love the truth, they're going to be indicted in a good manner and fully persuaded. Yeah, they are. They're going to be fully persuaded about what Pastor Dow just got finished saying. They're going to be encouraged. And we're going to see some real holy women of Yah. Yes, we are too. Glory to the King. And then you know what? When you do find a woman, a wife of a meek and quiet spirit, one that you can trust in, one that you can trust, she won't defy you and undermine you and go against you in any way, shape, fashion, or form. The Bible says you found a good thing and you've received favor of Yah. And you don't have to worry about being fearful of what type of stuff this woman is going to impart into your children because she's at odds with you. No, this woman would be in agreement with you because she loves you like she loves the Messiah. And she's going to make sure your house stays strong. And she would never speak against you, ever, with anyone. She will stick by you and stay by you to death because she loves you. And the way she demonstrates that love is by how much she loves Yahweh. And you know, let me finish this off. The other day I was watching something on YouTube about these people debating on polygyny. And the attack is always on the man. Why you gotta have more than one wife? Why don't you people ever realize that there's one man, and yet you never question all these women that want to saddle up with one man. It's always the attack going towards the men. Maybe these women know something y'all don't. Because some of you with the loudest mouths out there, you ain't got nobody. You ain't got nobody. Nobody wants you. And you all mad and pissed off, but nobody wants you. I mean, it's always the man. You don't never attack those 3 or 4 women who are under that one man and ask them why they want to do that. No, it's time to flip the script on this mess. Huh? Whoo! Hope y'all be encouraged. I got to go. I really, truly got to go. I got to get out of here. I got things to do, places to go, people to see, money to spend that I don't want to spend, but it's got to be done. Y'all be encouraged, okay? I tell you what, there sure is a lot of women that would love to be of the tribe of Dow, or the house of Dow. But you know what? You got to be worthy. You have literally got to be, if you can't be on par with what I already got. There's no way you can be in my household. No way. You can't do what I tell you. You cannot be a part of my household. You can't be. Impossible. Just impossible. And that's the way it should be with every man. So let's start asking the questions. Is why don't these women out there ever question all these beautiful women who are saddling up with good men? Because like I said before, at the end of the day and at the end of it all, this is the way it's going to be. You're going to have all the foul-ass women with the foul-ass men. And you're going to have all the good women with the good men. That's right. That's what's going to happen at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. You see, I'm the type of man that I don't need any of my wives. Because that's the way it was. Does y'all need us? Does y'all need us? No, he don't. And if they choose to, they don't need me. But I guarantee you one thing, there's somebody out there that definitely wants me. I promise you, maybe 20 of them. You ain't give me no 20 headaches. That ain't happening. Be content with such things as you have. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Everybody needs to start reevaluating this mindset. And we need to make sure that we're real, true Hebrew Israelites rather than just letting it drop off the edge of our damn tongues and mouth. We better start living this thing. And everybody better start doing their role and getting that damn role right. I'm telling you. And man, once you realize you're in a place, in a position that y'all has put you in, you just start commanding your woman. Tell her what to do. Let's see if she would defy you and y'all. Let's see if she really, truly loves you and y'all. Let's see it. Let's see if she can obey like the scriptures teach her to do. Let's see if she can submit like the word tells her to. And if she undermines you, discredits you in any kind of way, shape, fashion, or form, give her 2 admonitions. After that, get her ass out and put her away and get somebody better than Vesky. Now, that's real talk. Because that's the only way that we're going to get this thing moving in the right direction to prepare ourselves for the coming of Jesus. That's the only way it's going to be done. Because if we keep toying around, keep catering, keep tap dancing, keep doing all this damn crap that we're doing today, all we're going to do is continue to keep putting off the inevitable coming of the Most High Yah. Now, I know he got a time he's going to come. But all we're doing is we're going to continue to keep destroying ourselves and the advancement of the kingdom. Because we're too busy pussyfooting around with a bunch of rebellious ass, demonically charged men and women. Need to get about our Father's business and be glad and be happy and be joyful in his house of prayer to do it. Shalom. King coming.